What's good, people? Welcome back to the channel. So we are here in Colorado at over 8,000 feet in elevation, about to DJ the first ever wedding at this venue called Tundra Springs. And I'm telling you right now, watch the video to the end, because this is gonna be the most crazy wedding you've ever seen in your life. By far. You'll see. So let's talk logistics. So this property, Tundra Springs, is 240 acres. It's about 2.5 hours away from Denver. So like, it's out in the middle of nowhere. Very secluded, very, very private. And how they do it is like, it's one wedding per weekend. So like, you know, you get the whole place for the weekend and you could just have a great time and whatnot. But it's a long drive. So we decided to get something as far as rental car, fun, sporty, comfy.
I'm fly, I'm so damn.
So it's safe to say we safely did the speed limit all the way here, but enough about the car. Let's talk about this property. Now, when you arrive at this property, you get to this long dirt road and it goes all the way up this mountain, like winding up this mountain, all the way up. You keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. You think you're almost there, you're not. You got to keep going some more. And then finally it opens up and you see the big Tundra Springs sign. You drive under that, and then there's two huge ass houses. So the one on the bottom sleeps 33, the one on top sleeps 25. Super convenient, you know, I guess, I don't know, bridal party, groomsmen, whoever the hell else. You got the place for the weekend, so you can do whatever you want. But all that's just the tip of the iceberg. Let's look at the spaces. Let's check out these spaces. So this is the ceremony space. It's basically on the edge of a mountain. Views for days, as you can see. So that's gonna be the background when they get married. And as far as production, we did two Bose S1s on either side. As you can see, we have it all ran through a QSC touch mix. I just gotta press play. I got the easy part, and yeah. Should be a vibe. So now once the ceremony's done and they're all married, all the guests are invited up this path behind me to one of the coolest cocktail hour spaces I've ever seen. Check this out. Now this is the Treehouse where they're gonna be having cocktail hour. 12-year-old me would shit themselves if I got to hang out here. It's literally a treehouse. It's built on this huge platform. It's super, super cool. Right now we're on the second floor. You got a cool little room over here that overlooks everything. It's got a big garage door that opens up. You have a cool room over here with a table where you can chill, discuss things, mafia meetings, that sort of thing. And there's also a huge deck up top, the highest point of the property, like 8,800 feet in the air or some shit. And that's where Santi's gonna be DJing cocktail hour, and you know, good spot for a view or, you know, for the guests and whatnot. Absolutely insane. And I almost forgot to tell you guys, the Treehouse has a slide, an actual slide. Fuck. What the fuck? It's not just the slide in the Treehouse either, people. There's a whole nother cocktail hour space I want to show you. Check this out. Now this is the Hobbit Hole. So it's basically behind the Treehouse section, a couple steps up the mountain. It's like this room that's built into the mountain. It's super cool in there because it's in a mountain. And what they're doing for this wedding is they're exclusively serving Glenlivet Scotch in here. So I guess, you know, for all the gentlemen, you want to come up here, have a Scotch on the rocks and a cigar. It's like this little cool niche hangout niche hangout spot or whatever. Super unique though, and great for pictures probably too. Now this is the reception space. It's a big ass tent overlooking the mountains, but that's not even the main thing, because later on the reception is gonna be dark and stuff. The main thing is the production. Absolutely insane. The groom is the DJ, so he didn't spare any expense. Like, check this out. So first of all, we have 4 RCF 9006 dual 18-inch subs. They're like 3,500 watts a piece. They are paired with 8, so 4 on each side, HDL 30 RCF line arrays. They have 2 HDL 26 line arrays on opposite sides for like supplement sound. Today's light show, we have 12 Chauvet Rogue R1X spots, super powerful. And they also have 22 Chauvet Rogue Outcast 1-beam washes. These washes are crazy. They basically have like some diodes in the middle, and they have this like LED outer ring that does crazy shit. They're like 65 channels a piece, he said. He's basically running 4 universes for all these lights. And not only that, he has some light shows built into songs. So I basically sent him the wave versions of certain songs, and certain parts of the night when they do some crazy stuff, which we're about to talk about in a second, they're playing the song and all the light shows are pre-programmed to that song. So it's gonna be an experience, like an all encompassing experience tonight. Like, I've never seen anything like this at a wedding. Now over here backstage, this is a custom DJ booth that the groom actually made just for me. Shouts to Nick Pinelli. That's another thing. His name is one less letter than mine. It's just Nick Pinelli, like without the S. It's Spinelli without the S, which is crazy. But anyway, he made this custom booth for me, which is really, really cool. He actually literally asked me how high I wanted it, so it's at the perfect height for cutting and whatnot. I brought my own Rev 7, and I'm just gonna be DJing all night. I'm not emceeing at all. And I'll explain more about that later. Now, first off, the groom owns this venue. He just bought the venue and he wanted his wedding to be the first wedding here to kind of set the bar, and he went all out. So this is what we're doing. When we get into reception, there's no real MC. Everything's based on cues. It's almost like the Emmys or whatever. And we have this whole game plan laid out. So what we're gonna do is everyone gets seated, they're gonna be chilling, I'm gonna be playing like whatever music, just kind of mixing, and then I'm gonna play one song that's predetermined that basically lets the whole wedding party know that it's time for intro. So when I play this song, they know to get in their positions, and they like rehearse this shit too, like they're ready to go. After I play that song, I dip, and the production team takes over because they have light shows built in to the entrance music. At my cue, the cue is basically when they're in the center of the dance floor, I am gonna go right into the first dance. First dance ends, we fade it out, we go right into parent dances. No announcements, just no dead air, just gonna go right into the parent dance. Right after the parent dance, then the parent who's dancing, right, the father of the bride at the time, is gonna pull the mic right out of his pocket and go right into the speech. No announcements, no, all right, at this time, you know what I mean? Like, he wants it just very just turnkey and just almost, I don't know, like I'm half nervous about it. The other half of me is like, this is great. Like, I think like, sometimes it's just the MC's too much. People get what's gonna happen. People get that there's gonna be a first dance. People get that there's gonna be a parent dance. People get that there's gonna be a toast, right? So I think it's gonna work. Anyway, after that, he makes the speech. Then I play for dinner for a little bit. And then after dinner, they go into the show. So when it's time for the performances, I have to play a particular song. And then when that song's done, the production team takes over again. And they play multiple songs in a row.
Those of you that I see chuckling when I continue to equate Nick to class and sophistication, let me address that.
There's a cue that he's gonna say, essentially gonna be like, listen, the best gift you can give us is to be on this dance floor all night long, and then I start.
Most of my days, chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool and all shooting some b-ball outside of the pool. When a couple of guys who were up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood.
Looking so crazy, your love's got me looking so crazy, your love. Guess who's back again? All this
That was fucking crazy. Crazy. Everything worked with no MC. And the way I did it was with really, really slow fades, which was kind of cool. So I basically, like, to really signify that something else was coming or whatever, that it was over. So instead of saying like let's hear a round of applause, I just slowly, I feel like Miss Rachel, slow, only some of you would understand that. Like, I was fading out for like 8 bars, straight up. Like, it took for maybe 4 bars, but like, it was a long fade. So then, like, eventually everyone noticed that the music was getting quieter, and then they would just applaud. And then from there, I would literally just play the next track immediately. So there's no dead air. Like, and then we just went to the next thing. It was just implied, like, duh, they were doing their first dance. Duh, they went right into their parent dance. And then right after that, I faded out real slow. And then the father of the bride took the mic out and started doing his speech. And it's implied. He's doing a speech. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's literally what he's doing. So it worked. We have to say a word to anybody. It just worked. Crazy experience overall. Shouts to Nick and Joy for having us. Santi killed it up at Cocktail Hour 2. Like, it was crazy. The most beautiful views of any wedding I've ever seen. Most production of any wedding I've ever seen. Most shit going on of any wedding I've ever seen. Like, it was definitely, like, if not the best, one of the best weddings I've ever seen in my life. Like, it was insane. All top to bottom. And yeah, shouts to Touch of Spinks too. Get married there, people. But anyway, thanks for joining me. I appreciate you all. I'll see you at the next one. And let's clap and drive at the same time and not die.